Is the same guy still doing it?
It's
Alfonso Rivero.
Yeah, so
Carlton.
Not the original guy.
Who's that?
Carlton from Fresh Prince.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
That's actually perfect.
It's not unusual to be loved by you.
Put it far right, yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
Let's not get political.
TJ.
Lisa's a little confused.
Whoa.
Oh no.
See, Randy, you did
You
the
just
thing.
knocked over the mics, bro.
Alright.
Come on.
TJ, can we share your emotional support story?
No. Just kidding. Oh, yeah, all three of us can put 1 foot on it. Okay. Dang, I thought I had big feet.
One stool.
Well, I'm also wearing small shoes. What's your shoe size?
11 and a half.
Yeah, I'm a 13.
What?
11 and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you?
13.
Hey, bros. Shoe size bros.
Huh?
Shoe size bros.
You're 13?
Yeah, dude.
Level.
Just so you know, you need to pick your nose. It's going to be on camera.
Yep.
Ask me how I know.
For eternity.
What's that from?
I don't know. It sounded
Holes.
Like, oh yeah, it is holes.
You'll carry Madame Zeroni up the mountain for all eternity.
Oh, bro.
What?
You remember
What's up with
holes?
Holes?
I do remember. It's just been a really long time.
Have y'all seen Holes?
They're like, who's holes?
I remember it vividly.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
Who is that?
Really?
Shia LaBeouf?
Shush your
Oh,
mouth.
sorry.
Have you seen Transformers?
I have to talk to you in
No, I have
memes.
not.
I have to
Okay.
talk to you in memes. The
Yeah.
do it! Just do it!
I don't know that guy.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know
He's the
that
guy with the beard that's like crying in the movie theater.
Anybody? Shia LaBeouf. You know who he is.
Who was he in a music video with? It was
That
like
I don't know.
him.
Sia.
Sia. That's what I thought. Yeah, it was like him doing ballet in a weird bird cage.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, that one. See what I did there?
I did.
See what I did there?
Cut the cameras. I'm about to get violent.
I just got Red Bull all over my face and my sweatshirt.
Good job.
Lucky it's not red.
Good job. You guys
Or a bowl.
good?
Good thing there's no bull.
How you guys feeling?
Good.
Yeah? Good?
You mean it?
Mean it? We got thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Just so you guys know, at a podcast, some people may not watch it, they may listen to it. So verbalizing your feelings.
We're good.
I'm verbalizing this right now.
Or
I
describing
don't know
what
what I'm verbalizing, but I'm verbalizing it.
Evan's verbalizing a thumbs up, guys.
No, you
Verbal.
can't say that. They're supposed to wonder about it. You know? What am I verbalizing right now?
So they go and watch the YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
See,
Okay.
I'm
Hook.
paying you views right now.
Hook.
Exactly.
All right, man.
This seems disingenuous.
By the way, I like your sweater there.
It was another
Kirby fit
Chris
was crazy.
special.
Got that Kirby fit.
I had pink glasses.
Do y'all
on.
know who Kirby is?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
of course.
Okay.
I was like, you better know.
Why do you know who Kirby is?
Because I've seen him in the memes, and I know who he is.
Okay.
Smash Bros. Too.
Yes.
I was getting ready to say, like, nobody.
I've
The
never
best
played
Super Smash Bros. Character.
So, we've played Smash Bros, right? And I was talking to them the other day, like, how much I hate Kirby. Like, I'm not a fan. Yeah.
No,
see?
he's the best.
See?
He's literally the best character in the whole game.
He's one of the best characters in the whole game.
Disagree.
My favorite character.
Strongly disagree. Not just disagree, I strongly disagree.
Why?
Because he's lame.
Why?
Why is he lame?
Well, because
his
this
powers
is
are
my
lame.
problem with you, Randy. Every time you think something's wrong or lame or bad or whatever,
It's just bad.
It's just bad, and you never have a reason why.
Because there
Same thing with the
should
Monty
be
Hall
none.
thing.
It should be explainable. His powers and his special moves and stuff like that, just they aren't as good as others.
Like who? They're some of the best.
Look, dude,
Bro, no other character in the game can turn into another character in the game.
Yeah,
I
you don't like the
can't
abilities?
deny
Swallow
that.
someone.
I'm not sure.
Exactly.
Kirby's up B is just as good as Ike's, and it also has a little bit of range. Kirby's down B is like one of the most powerful moves in the game. Kirby's
down B is OP.
basic strike will literally hold you still for like 30 seconds. What else do you want? His smash is powerful. What else do you want? What's your perfect character, Randy? God?
On the next Super Smash Bros.
Oh,
Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Enters the battle or whatever it's
They keep trying to kill him off, and then he just keeps resurrecting.
Yes.
He just keeps raising from the
Dang it.
The Rome level goes crazy.
They're like, dead. No, never mind.
He always
So, what
was.
do you guys play video games?
Like,
So, what is the video game right now? Like for you, like your jam?
I don't know actually. Cause I play multiple, but I'm like I don't know. You know, like mainly like FPS games or something.
Okay.
That's a first-person shooter.
What was it that we... Oh, KD. That was what we were talking about
Randy, what's your
yesterday.
KD?
He's
Right,
like,
huh?
what's your KD? He's like, I don't know.
Still don't know. It's like,
You mean Kevin Durant?
If you don't play FPS, then you don't have one.
Fun fact before we get started. It has been studied that surgeons who game
Oh, yeah.
have seen 26% increase in their dexterity and accuracy in surgery. Proven. So if you ever decide to go into the medical field, into surgery, I suggest you pick up gaming as a side hustle.
I'd be a great surgeon then.
Yeah? Okay.
These hands, not steady, but you know, I got the gaming experience, you know, so I might be good. Surgeon Simulator.
I was gonna say, have you played that?
Surgeon
Surgeon
Simulator.
Simulator rocks. It's not an actual simulator. It's a funny like sort of take on surgeon stuff, but like you do like surgeries in space, and there's just like organs floating.
What?
Funny.
He'll just use like the new robot like that do surgeries. He'll just be like controlling it.
Oh, really? Like in this, oh, you're talking about
'cause he
Evin?
games, Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That amazes me. I'm sorry. I just don't trust it because still there's signals that are going back and forth, and if one of those signals glitch while you're using the robot arms,
What if someone trips on the wires?
right, like what happens?
Pulls the
I
power
feel like
plug.
You lose the game.
you lose the game. Lose the game of life as someone dies on the surgery table.
It's a great game, isn't
This
it?
rage, like just video game rage. You've killed someone.
Dang it, dude!
Surgeon just walked out to the family
Lag,
like,
bro.
I just lost. I'm sorry, lost the game. Like, what does that
What
mean?
is that?
You know, and depending on the player that you kill, they either go to heaven or hell, you know? Depends on their KD, you know?
If they beat the gulag or what?
Jeez. All right. So, welcome to episode number
10, 10,
And this is a epic episode. I don't know if kids are using that these days. Epic? Nobody's using
Oh, it
epic
might be
anymore.
10.
Epic has been approved by
I'm
Ali.
pretty sure
Yeah,
it's-
I approve it.
You approve?
I use it.
Awesome.
Very swagger.
I think he was doing that for us.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That's like
Yeah.
when we use Riz.
Yeah.
So,
Please
jeez.
never say that word again.
Exactly, right?
We feel the same way about swag.
So,
We protect that word.
those of you who are watching, you will see that we've got some special guests in the room, which are some students from our student ministry here at Tomoka. And so we're super excited. Everybody, yay! That they're able to show up for this special edition of the Journeyland pod. And so we're going to be talking about some cool topics today. Wanted to get their take on stuff. So as we get started, go ahead and introduce yourself. But when you introduce yourself, I want to know your favorite cereal. So we're going to start over here on this side of the room.
Hold on. And whether you prefer to have it with milk or not.
Ooh, I don't even know if that's...
There's some people that
Is
like...
that even a question?
There's people that
Go
like
ahead.
dry cereal.
Okay,
No,
well,
I'd
those
rather
people
know
are
if they pour
psychopaths.
the cereal or the milk first.
Oh, well, if you pour the milk in first, you can just go ahead and leave the room.
Oh, wait, you're talking about like
You
put milk in the bowl.
and then cereal. Yeah, that's a
Just-
criminal
Okay,
offense.
so we're going to start over here. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
My name is...
First name basis.
Yeah, my name is...
I forgot.
I forgot what my name was, but my name is Evin. I say you put the cereal in first, and it's gotta be a good batch of Reese's Puffs. I had some bad batches of Reese's Puffs, but you gotta get the good batch.
If they're stale, it ain't worth it.
Exactly.
Yeah, stale ones are not
They
good.
taste
Reese's
horrible.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's Puffs.
Reese's
And then
Puffs.
like
Reese's
the milk
Puffs.
afterwards. phenomenal.
You put
Like
the
a thing
spoon
with that
first,
chocolate
and then the cereal,
flavor.
and then the milk. Because you gotta get that good spoon flavor with it too.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, dude. We heard that right? Spoon flavor.
Metallic flake.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
My favorite flavor actually.
Aluminum.
Probably.
All right. All right, Evan. Well, welcome to the pod. Next.
First, what's the cereal called that's like frosted, but it has like it's like wheat?
Frosted mini wheats.
Yeah, like those.
Like the little squares.
Oh, you mean frosted wheat?
Yeah. My name is Andre, and frosted mini wheats are
Okay.
my favorite cereal.
Okay. So, question is, milk, no milk?
Milk, but you have to add it after because
Yeah.
you have to know the right ratio. Because if you have too much milk, then it's like you just
You
left
don't
with
get
too
enough
much
cereal,
milk.
right? Displacement. Got it. I like it. Next.
Oh, I'm Allie, and I think my favorite cereal would either be Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Special K.
Okay.
Special K.
I like the strawberries though, and usually they don't put enough in. And well, this might be a little weird, but when I was younger, I would get like a cup of milk and I'd get a cup of cereal, and I'd like eat the cereal and then I'd drink the milk.
I respect
See,
it.
that was kind of what I was going for because there's people that will do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I respect it.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next.
I'm Abby, and I think I like Fruit Loops a lot.
Yes. I agree.
Like, because Fruit Loops, they're good if they're dry and you just eat them out of the bag, but they're also good with milk too.
Agreed. Solid point.
These are all solid takes.
Yeah. Now, I do know, I have the privilege of kind of knowing some backstory about Abby, also Abigail, because she's my daughter. But her mother likes to eat cereal in a cup. Has anybody else done like cereal in a cup?
If I'm out of bowls,
If you're out of bowls?
Like with
Why would you be out of bowls? You can
Like,
wash
they're
the
all-
bowl.
yeah.
they're all dirty.
No,
They're all in the
I'll do it.
dishwasher.
I'll do it. Like if I'm playing a game and I need my hands, I'll put it in like a red Solo cup. I'll put cereal in and then put milk in and I'll drink it essentially.
I respect that practical reason. I can't get behind there are no bowls because there's also dish soap and a sponge somewhere that you can wash a bowl.
The dishwasher's running. Everything's in the dishwasher.
Wait, what do you do? Do you use a spoon or do you just drink it?
I drink it.
Oh, wait. So when you got it in the Solo cup,
Yeah.
you're just
But
yeah.
doesn't the milk just come out first and then the
Sometimes you gotta finesse
It
it.
just gets
You gotta
soggy.
finesse it.
If you're eating the stupid cinnamon Toast Crunch, it just gets soggy and all that cinnamon.
You have to pick the right cereal as well. Is what I was gonna say. Like Captain Crunch works. Anything flaky like Special K, don't even waste your time. It's gonna get stuck to the cup. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can't even eat all the cereal in a cup then.
Renaissance man.
You can't even eat all the cereal in a cup.
Correct.
so, sir.
don't.
What's the point?
What about
Pick a cereal. What do you mean? What's the point?
What's the point of putting cereal in a cup when you can't even eat all the cereal?
Because I'm not gonna eat every cereal all the time. If
Wow.
I have Captain Crunch, I'm gonna put Captain Crunch in the cup because it works.
If I have all the cereals lined up and I can't eat all of them at once, if I want to put all of them in this one single cup and I can't do that, what's the point?
Evan, what car do you drive?
Yes, but
Okay.
I don't own a car.
Okay. If you had a Honda CRX, you should just get rid of it because you can't drive every car.
Well, you made a good point.
Thank you. Thank you.
valid argument?
You can't drive every car, so why drive?
I feel like TJ lost his calling. He should be a lawyer. What about you,
Love
sir?
that debate. Let's see. We haven't introduced ourselves the last couple episodes.
Chris, introduce yourself.
Everybody knows.
Yes,
who you are.
as on brands.
Wait, Chris, what's your name?
My name is Chris, guys. My favorite, I think, is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cereal first, then milk. But Fruit Loops have like a special place in my heart because when I was 11, I had this like really, really good game that I was playing baseball and I got to first base and the coach was like, "Man, what'd you eat for breakfast?" And I was like, "Fruit Loops." And he's like, "All right, I'm calling you Fruit Loop." So I got called Fruit Loop for a while.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. All right.
Nice. I am the one true being TJ.
Yes, sir.
The one true bee.
The aforementioned Captain Crunch.
Okay.
It's my jam.
Just straight Captain Crunch.
Between regular Crunch, berries, peanut butter, I love them all the same.
Oh.
They're all my children.
Oh, my children. I like the peanut butter one was good.
Peanut butter one's good,
Yeah.
but it's called peanut butter crunch.
Yeah.
It's mad crunchy. I actually got in trouble one time because I couldn't hear what my stepdad was telling me because I was crunching on peanut butter crunch, and he got like legitimately upset with me. He's like, "Why aren't you eating me?" I was like, "I can't hear you. I'm crunching on peanut butter crunch."
Dude, that
It
was
says
me.
crunch in the name, and he's like, "You can hear me." I was like, "I physically can't hear you."
That was me last night. I was watching a TV show, and I'm like, bro, I have to turn up my show. I'm trying to eat, man.
Crunching, I have to turn up my show.
I get it though. I'm with you. Like if I'm eating chips, it's the same
Yeah.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you got the whole ruffle of the bag. It's like it's annoying. But anyway.
Yep.
All right. So Randy and I do like Fruit Loops, but I also really enjoy honeycombs.
Honeycombs.
Yeah. And so, and I'm most certainly milk in a bowl, the only way to go. So, but yeah,
You're
so
a
that's me.
purist.
I am a purist. That's why I drink my coffee black. Like I don't need anything in it. Don't give me no pumpkin spice crap.
Some people just gotta get it done.
Yeah, don't give me none of that hazelnut junk.
I love me a peppermint mocha though, man. Sorry.
Oh goodness.
Dude, Charles makes this hazelnut coffee that whenever he makes it is just like the most beautiful scent.
Really?
Oh my gosh, it's like I never want coffee more than right after Charles makes
Does
coffee.
he make it in his office?
In his office, I'll make it in here. It just fills the room with beautiful, buttery.
Is it? Oh gosh.
Beautiful buttery scents.
All right, so with that being said, the flow of conversation today is going to look a little something like this. We're talking about influences in our lives, identity, and how it will shape the influences in our lives will shape our view of ourselves, our view of society, the world. And so trying to figure out, for us, what are some of those main influences in our lives? Where are they coming from? And so we're going to compare that to God's view of us and who we are, because ultimately he should be the one that influences who we are, how we see the world through a biblical lens, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we're going to go. So here's a question. This is a serious question, so I need you to take some time to think about this. All right. If you could live in any fictional universe, whether that's a movie, a show, a game, where would it be and why? If you could live in a fictional universe, movie, show, whatever, right? Where would it be and why? I'll just start firing it out. We don't have to go in a row. Just when you think of it, let's just hear it.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, okay.
It's so innocent. You're not gonna worry about Superman flying into your house. Animal Crossing. You could just fish.
I mean, I've noticed that I've usually woken up and gone, you know what? I'm hoping that Superman does not fly in my house today.
Every
I got
day,
it.
every morning I wake up, I hope that Superman does not fly into my house, straight through my window.
Yeah. I get it. It's straight fear. Got it.
And then victim blame you because he was saving someone else.
So Animal Crossing, because you feel like it's a safe space.
Safe
innocent.
space, yeah.
Can't you get run over?
Well, we can get run over.
Nobody
in
has
real life,
cars.
too. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, there's no cars in
Aren't there
the-
ghosts in Animal Crossing though?
I don't know. I don't
There
play
is,
the game.
actually.
So yeah.
But they're nice ghosts. They're like, help, I dropped my ghost.
That's like
stuff."
Casper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't haunt you. They just hang up on the top of the map where you never go anywhere.
Okay. All right. Who else? Fictional world. Where would you live? Why?
Probably like the show Outer Banks or something, but I have to be like the main character. So like I don't die, but like I get to do all these crazy like adventures and for things.
Okay.
So he wants plot protection.
Yeah.
Plot protection.
So I can do whatever I want, and I could just.
All right. That's fair. I don't know anything about Outer Banks other than like what I see it as. It's
Except
like
for the one guy that just died.
like the show.
In the show.
Spoiler.
That was
Icon or tab. That's all I know. I know Outer Banks. The real Outer Banks is in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I've been
It is a
there.
real place.
It's kind of lame to be honest with you, but that's my opinion.
Huh?
My opinion,
Uh-oh.
which is typically right. But anyway, that's my opinion.
I thought a lot of people like it.
Huh?
I thought a lot of people like it.
A lot of people do like it. I'm more used to like coming down to Daytona or going to like Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where there's like more touristy things. Where Outer Banks is really like low key, just hanging out at the beach, going seeing some lighthouses, and whatever. But anyway, so yeah. Next,
I don't know. This was a tough question. Like, I think either any Christmas movie, because I love the winter time.
Okay.
And so then I could just, like, always be cold. And, or, Gilmore Girls, because there's, like, a lot of coffee, and
Stars
it's usually
Hollow.
cold there.
Yes.
So, that's my answer.
So you're a Gilmore Girls fan?
Yeah, I am. I actually just finished it.
Really? So is that the first time you actually went through and watched all the seasons?
Yeah, because my best friend likes it.
All right. So don't spoil it for anybody, because I will say that as a family, we've been going through it slowly. But what did you feel about the ending?
I didn't like who Rory ended up with.
Got it. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
It was kind of disappointing, right?
It was really
Do you know that they actually came back out with I think it was like a 3-episode thing?
4 episodes.
4 episodes. Have you already seen it?
Yeah, I watched.
Okay, all right. Okay.
It's a
anyway.
year in life thing.
So yeah. So next.
I'd say A Wrinkle in Time. Like the universe they go to. Like the
Yes.
first place they go to.
Yeah, that was cool. Like the meadows, and it had all the, that was cool. A Wrinkle in Time, y'all familiar with that?
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Chris Pine.
I never watched the movie. I know.
Who is Chris Pine? Chris Pine is, he's played in so many different things. He was Captain Kirk in Star Trek.
Yeah.
He was, he's played in so many different things. I can't think of it right now. But anyway, it was really good. Really good. Highly recommend it. But yeah, that would be awesome. And if it gave you those like special powers and abilities to do that, I think that'd be solid. What about you, sir?
I'm saying the Star Wars universe. Being able to travel through spaceships would be pretty sick. To different planets and everything. Yeah.
Got it.
Lightsabers. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, man?
I had 2, but one they're not gonna get. I don't think. So I'm gonna say the Pokemon world. Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Because they're sick. What are you talking about? Imagine animals, but cooler.
I'm surprised you didn't say the place where they go inside the hat of Cat in the Hat.
I wouldn't want to go there. So you talking about the mess of all messes?
Yes.
The other one was Club Penguin. If you've ever.
Oh,
been.
bro,
Yes.
Club
Yes.
Penguin. That's a good one.
Go to that island and I'm the king. I'm the king of Club Penguin.
That's funny. That's funny. I think I would probably go into like the actual Matrix, like where you can actually manipulate time, space, everything like that. That was always my jam. Like just to be able to all of a sudden fly and kick butt like nobody's business. So that would be mine. That would be mine. So yeah. So switching gears, more serious, right? So what would you say, from your perspective, that students your age, older, younger, but kind of in your age range, right? High school, middle school, because we have both represented here, which is cool. We got some high school, middle school. We've got private school, homeschool, public school represented. So it's a good mix. So based on your perspective, what would you feel that students, what would you feel that their biggest influence is right now in their life? So like, as you're looking over like your friends and like your kind of your circle, what would you feel like people's biggest influences is?
Social media, 100%.
Okay.
I think they look for their identity in it, and like, I don't know. I don't think it's good at all. But
why do you feel that it's social media, and then why do you feel like it's not good at all?
Well, I feel like it's social media because teenagers have it, and like they just get a bunch of dopamine hits from it. And
Whoa, she's pulling out scientific stuff.
Well,
dopamine hits. Oh wait, okay.
But I don't know. I feel like they just feel like it's like what they're supposed to do because everyone else is doing it. That kind of thing.
Do you feel like social media places like an expectation on people?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, that's fair.
What was the other question you asked me too?
Why do you think it's bad?
Yeah,
It
was just one.
Well, I think it's just been a personal experience for me. I just was really addicted to my phone, and I was always on it, and I wasn't spending any time with God, and so I actually had to delete everything.
Okay.
But yeah, that's just a personal experience for me.
Yeah. Did you delete everything for like a period of time to give yourself like a reset?
Yeah.
Or is it still deleted and you're just like, I'm done?
I kept it deleted for a while, and then I've like re-downloaded some things, but like right now everything's deleted.
Gotcha.
Like
Okay.
it like comes in waves.
Okay.
I don't want to like always have it.
It's fair. Fair. What about you guys? Anybody?
I mean, again, with social media, I think that's like the biggest thing because everyone's getting influenced at like songs and everything, and like I'm more involved with the younger generation. I'm like, what happened to you guys? Why do you act this way? You know, but it's like all these like songs and stuff. I'm like, and they're like all these sayings, and like, I try to keep up with it just to understand. But like, there's some things where I'm like, there's just so much getting like poured into these people that they don't need. It's just kind of junk, and I'm a victim of this too. And I'm like, why am I even listening to this? Like, it's just bad, and it influences it, and it makes it think, oh, I should be doing this way, or I should act a certain way, when it's like, you don't gotta act that way.
Yeah. So let's clarify a second. Evan, you said that you have experience around younger generation because you actually volunteer and help out in kids ministry, right? And you've done that for quite a while.
Yeah.
So you joke around all the time about when I was a young lad.
When I was a wee little lad.
When I was a wee little lad.
We kept that in that video, by the way.
But you're able to say that because you do see a generation that's younger than you, maybe being influenced by their music or social media or whatever like that. So just so it didn't sound like weird, right? Like I'm this young guy that, seeing all these young people around me.
Whoa.
But you get an experience. You're kind of in their world.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm like, why are you this way? Especially when I was a wee little lad, too.
It's a catchphrase, dude.
You are a wee little lad.
Not that wee anymore.
He's just a little lad,
I'm
not a wee little
just,
lad.
I'm just a lad now.
Regular lad.
You're just a lad.
Just an average lad.
But like when all the teens my age would like go volunteer in the room, and like I'm old now, but it's you realize how old you are when a kid's like, how old are you? I'm like,
Yeah.
15. They're like, you're old. I'm like,
Oh, no.
Guess what, sir?
It's
It
what
doesn't-
year? The what year were you born question is the most painful.
Yeah. It doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
One day someone's gonna use my year to lie on their age. Like, oh yeah, I'm 17 and they use 2009. Like, no.
Yep. What else? What do you guys? Andre, Abigail, or Abby? It's gonna be really hard for me.
Friends probably are a big influence too.
Okay. Why? Why do you feel like friends are a big influence?
Because with some friends, like you're influenced to act like them instead of yourself, and so they pull your own self away from what you expect yourself to look like, except now it's what you think they expect you to act.
So you're saying like you feel like they're expecting you to act the way that they do, and so you're more susceptible to kind of just fitting into the crowd. Like,
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
yeah,
If you have good friends, then they make you gooder.
true.
Definitely.
That's true. It's a good point. Well, I feel like as we tie this up and put a little bow on it, I feel like we'll understand that. And so, but what about you, Andre? What do you think, man?
Probably like not just only friends, but also like I guess your surroundings at school, because you might not want to be yourself or act like how you would act at home. So other people, if they're doing bad things, you might want to act like you're like them when you're really not.
Yeah, those are all good, and I like the fact that there was some variation. Because, and here's the fun part, because like obviously as student pastors, as older people, right? We could assume, or we could kind of give our take based on like research that we've read and seen and so on and so forth. But like hearing it from where you guys are at are super important, because I mean there could be a student that watches this or listens to this and goes, well, like they're old, I get that all the time. Whatever, I'll own it
From us.
But I enjoy the fact that you guys had different takes on it, and I believe based on research, a lot of the things that you were saying is on brand for the influences in people's lives, students' lives in particular. So, what about you guys?
Like now
TJ?
or like previously? Like when I
So
was
growing up for you, like, you know, what did you see? Because, never, go ahead.
I think, you know, the friends one comes up a lot because, you know, everyone would be like, oh, they're a bad influence. So, like, you know, parents would comment on that, and you were aware of that. It got brought up at youth group all the time, like, you know, who are you spending your time around? Are you spending time around people that love Jesus or not? But I would probably say the primary one was not necessarily social media, but like media in general. So like whether it's the news or it's themes portrayed in movies or TV shows, I think those were probably the most prevalent out there. Yeah, biggest influence.
That's fair. What do you think, TJ?
Even retrospectively, it's hard for me to pinpoint like what made me how I am today. Like, like I had quite a different upbringing where, you know, in school breaks and stuff, I would be in New Jersey. So I don't really have friends in New Jersey. I just have my dad. So it's kind of hard for just do it. You know, I didn't really have like my friends and I get together and do this or that or whatever. It was just kind of like I'm in school when I'm in Florida and I'm with my dad when I'm in New Jersey. So it's like the whole friend influence I feel like didn't really hit until high school.
Thank you.
So I don't really know. Like my upbringing was just a little too weird, and for that now I'm a weird person. Like
You're
He's built different.
You're unique.
I'm built different. Dude. Let's talk about math.
Let's not. We all know where that goes. I get lost.
It's fun. It's so funny.
So growing up for me, I think probably because I will hear no snickering, okay? There was no social media when I was growing up, right?
You're old.
You're off the podcast, Evan. We're cutting you out. So there was no social media. So really, there was media. So you still had news. You still had like music and stuff like that. The music videos. MTV was like real big.
It was only on the radio.
Yeah. And so there were those. Whatever. I'm secure. And so, but friends for me was a huge influence. And unfortunately, I don't know why that I had a lower self-esteem or a lower thought of myself growing up. So the friends were big for me because I did want to be like in with them. Like I wanted to do what they did. I wanted them to accept me. And so I'm not really sure where that came from, but I just know that like I wanted to, no matter what it took, how to act, what to say, how to dress, whatever like that. I wanted to do it because I saw my friends, air quotes, doing it. And so I would say for me, like friends were a big influence in my life. And so a lot of things that had to be reshaped and molded into the image of Christ because it was absolutely incorrect and not cool. So, but yeah, so doing research and study, like one, friends or your influences at school, things like that. That's a big one as far as like probably your like top 5 influences in students' life through research and study. Family is very high on the list. In some cases, some articles, some research still suggests that your family, whether it's good or bad, is still one of the top influences in your life. The other would be social media, things like that. And I forgot the other 2 that was lower on the list, but those were kind of like the big ones that were pretty common in all the research. And so my question is, where can you think about a time where these influences that we've talked about, that there was a time where you felt like it influenced you to do something either you felt was wrong, or that you felt like it just wasn't true to who you were, but you did it anyway? Like, is there an instance that you can think of where you were like, I'm doing this because I'm being influenced by these particular influences?
Maybe it was what friends were like talking about, because when I was like in middle school, I just surrounded myself with, I mean, they weren't particularly bad people, but they were worldly, and I like participated in gossip. And I think that's something that just like I did, but it didn't feel good when I did it. Because I'm not a person who likes to put people down, but I was in that instant, and I really didn't like it. But I'm so glad that I felt that conviction, because it was not something I was supposed to be a part of.
Yeah. So like there was still something within you where like this is not right.
Yeah.
So you didn't get to a place in your life where you just grew cold to that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. What else? Anybody else?
Like swearing.
Okay.
That was one of mine. You know, especially in my head, because I was kind of influenced. Like, oh, that's kind of funny. You know, I laughed at it too, because it's like, oh, that's funny the way he said that.
Yeah.
You know, I was kind of influenced on people online. You know, like, oh, that's funny. You should say that. It's like I kind of did. You know, and I was like, this isn't me. You know. Especially when I like go out somewhere that's a place that's, you know, not necessarily church, I'll be like, okay, that guy's saying it, I should probably say it. But now, you know, more so I'm not like that anymore. I was rolling with someone in jiu-jitsu, and like they were swearing. I'm like, I'm not gonna say any swear words. You know, I'm gonna love this guy for the way he is, and I'm not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna do what I did, because I had some people help me with it, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be like this anymore. That's not who I am.
Cool.
You can't swear if you choke him out.
Exactly. No, they can say that. They can say that.
All right. Anybody else?
Probably, like bad jokes and stuff.
Okay.
So like inappropriate jokes, or you just feel like you have to make a joke or laugh at it. Even laughing at it, I just feel bad.
Yeah.
Because it's not actually funny.
Right. Right. Got you. That's good. Abigail, you have anything you can think of?
Like friends thinking certain people that they think are lower than them, and that if they do something specific that's not their way, they laugh at it, and I kind of just like laugh along with it when it's really not that funny.
Gotcha. Yeah, so people like calling people names or putting them down, and you're just kind of joining in because everybody else is laughing and stuff like that, for sure. Yep. I was a subject of that. Like, there were people who, people would make fun of me, like throw me in trash cans. I've been stuffed in lockers. I've been spit on. Somebody took a doe urine or buck urine or whatever like that, like for deer hunting, and poured it all over like my shoes on the bus. They like was reaching down underneath the bus seat and like poured it all over my shoes. Stunk so bad.
That's a very West Virginia thing to hear.
Yes. But anyway, so I mean, I was ridiculed. So when I started doing the things that those people I hung around were doing, like I started making fun of people, and it was just like, I mean, these people are like, some people were special needs, and I was making fun of them. Like, it was bad. But yeah, I did that because of the influence. What about you guys? You have any takes on that?
No.
Can you ask the question one more time?
Really, it's like a time in your life where you noticed that you were being influenced by the things around you that you're like, man, like, this isn't who I am, or this isn't right.
Yeah, I would say kind of what Evan said. I think the swearing, just from being around baseball and that sort of environment, I think it becomes so normalized that when you're in certain circles and when you put yourself in situations, when something becomes normal, you partake in it.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the influence impacts us.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I had asked you earlier before we started doing this. So we've talked about what you feel like based on your perspective and what you're seeing, kind of the influences of students your age and around your age. And then we've talked about where we've been influenced by those particular circles. So for you personally, what do you feel like your biggest influence is in your life? So it doesn't have to be what you've already said. It could be something different. But what do you feel like influences kind of your thoughts, your motives, and things like that right now in your life? Good or bad? It just, what do you feel like is your biggest influence right now?
Friends.
Okay.
My grandpa.
Aw.
Yeah.
Grandpa. Shout out to all the grandpas out there.
I would say church, but not church, but like the community in the church. That's something that's really helped me.
Okay.
Influenced me.
So let me get straight here. You're saying not the church because you're distinguishing the difference between the community, the body of Christ, the church,
The capital C church.
the capital C church, yes sir, rather than the thing that you do on a Sunday or a weekend or whatever like that.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right, Andre, what about you, man?
Probably social media and my dad
Okay.
and mom.
Fair. All right. See, look, statistic, family. Boom.
Accurate.
All right. What about you guys?
So, I mean, I feel like friends has been an answer quite a bit, but so like I feel like when you get older, like for me, like I've got my friends, and those are my friends. Like I feel like there's not going to be like a situation where you go and make like I'm not going to like go back to college and make a whole new group of friends, you know, and kind of circling back to the last question, like I feel like when you're like hung between two different groups of friends, you can feel which one is like impacting you in a negative way and which one's impacting you in a good way. Like, you know, I very easily could have been part of this like stoner pothead group when instead I'm with, you know, my video game nerd group.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's not even essentially like a Christian difference. That's just like, which one am I enjoying more? But like my friends, like I value my friends' opinions over my family. Like if one of them said, I don't like the way you're doing this thing, or whatever, depending on what that thing is, I would sooner change that for them than I would like my mom, you know?
Yeah.
So I would say that. And also I watch probably objectively way too much YouTube.
Okay.
And I soak up all the information and sometimes torture you with it.
Yeah.
Or, yeah,
That's fair.
slowly rot.
Slowly right.
I'd say definitely the church as a whole. Just, I mean, working here and being involved with so many different aspects of the student ministry and being present on the weekends. I think being around so many different people, and you know, we have people that work in missions, we have people that do communications, we have people in operations, and I think working around all those people that are in a church has like opened my eyes in terms of influence in having a Christ-centered view in everything that we do.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I would say after high school, and I just kind of got out of like my friend group, the circle that I rolled with, because you know they were either going off to college or things like that, and I started working in retail. Like a lot of that influence that came from them began to change because I just wasn't around them on a regular basis. But at that time too, I began to get very serious in my relationship with Jesus. And really, for now, since almost 24 years, really, like the Bible, my accountability, so my Christian friends, the community around me, and the church has really been one of my biggest influences. And although I'm not perfect and I still have issues, I think what has been very helpful for me is that I can be myself and trust and know that the people that I have surrounded myself with are not going to look at me like less of a person or think bad of me, but are going to help me have a different perspective. So with that being said, so we know Genesis chapter 1 that God made man, woman, made him in his image and likeness, right? Our image and likeness, it says. We do know that in all throughout the Bible, we see that God created us as humans, right? And so being the creator, being the one that has said, this is who you are, what do you feel could help someone listening or watching understand that those influences in their lives, again, let's just be clear, family, it doesn't mean that they're bad. If they're influencing you, it doesn't mean they're influencing in a bad way. They could be influencing in a positive way, right? Friends, same way, right? It could go bad or good. But no matter which way it is, would you agree that the most important person that we need to look for our identity or to influence us would be God, right? So practically, how do you feel like someone could look to God and find who he created them to be? So what are some things that you feel like you could do on a practical, everyday level to gain a healthy identity of who God created you to be?
Maybe read Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John and see how Jesus acted, because how Jesus acted is how we should act. So if you read it on a daily basis, you can find different ways you can be like him.
Yeah. So looking into the New Testament, the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, to be able to see the life of Jesus. I think that's great.
Looking towards those positive influences that like brought you to God and asking them, hey, like, what should I do about this, that, and they'll probably lead you to the Word. And I was actually reading 1 Peter today, because that was the verse of the day, and I got here early, and I was just like, okay, fine, I'll just read. And it was talking about how we're made in His image, and how if we'll suffer, like, as Christians, but we should rejoice in that. And I think that, like, even someone hearing that could help them find, like, that their identity is to be within Christ. And so I feel like truly, like, going into the Word and surrounding yourself with the church, and, like, attending a youth group. Like, all those things, they sound so, like, basic, but that is truly, like, how I found my identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Allie, let me ask you a question. Like, for you, like, what was it that made you come to youth group? Like, what was that thing? It was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to youth group.
Well, I mean, I grew up as a Christian, but I think I was just, this sounds kind of weird, but I've always, like, had this faith in God, and I guess I had, like, always wanted to go to youth group, and so I came to youth group, and it was, like, in the middle of, like, a hard year for me, and I've always, like, loved music and stuff, and so when we did worship and they played Oceans,
Oh yeah.
I, like, started bawling because, like, I felt the Holy Spirit, and, like, you could tell that everyone in the room did, because even Tabitha, she was crying too, and that's when I, like, really knew, okay, this is it. This is where I'm supposed to be. So, yeah, I think I just wanted to come to youth group because I always knew it was, like, something that I should be a part of.
It's good. It's really cool. Very cool. What about you guys? As far as, like, the question regarding, like, how can we have a healthier image of who we are in Christ?
Be, like, more open-minded about things. That's kind of how I was. I was kind of always stubborn. Like, I wanted to be just about myself, you know. But, like, being more open, kind of don't go with the flow necessarily, but go where God would lead you, you know. Like, strive to be towards Him and act like Him, you know, if you're in a bad situation or something. That's kind of how I spent this year. Just like, okay, I'm gonna be more open. I don't want to be as introverted as I was. Because if you saw me, I was like, I didn't want to say a word. But I'm more open now, and I'm glad that God helped me through that. Just kind of being open, helping people, and then, like, reap what you sow. You know, if you want to help people, people will help you. And that's kind of how I spent this year, just trying to help everyone that I could. And I've had some, you know, deep conversations with some people. It's like, I didn't know that about you, and I'm going to still think of you the same way that I do.
Yeah.
You know, just being open, just, you know, striving towards God and trying to help people, you know.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question with that, though. So you said that you were very introverted, you didn't want to be open, you didn't really want to kind of put yourself out there. Like, what was it? Was there a defining moment, like something that just clicked? Or was there something that happened that brought you kind of to that, like, I do want to be more open and available for people and allow God to work through you?
I think it was meeting Taylor, actually, because he's a very open person. He's very funny. He'll do things that I'm like, how are you doing that? You know, like, how are you going up to a stranger and talking to them that you don't even know?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to be able to, you know, get into relationships with people or, you know, be able to meet new people if I'm like this. So it was kind of more of a slow process that God was bringing me to, but especially towards more of October last year, like, I met a guy named Danny, and then through Danny I met a friend, and then it's like it just kind of grew from there, and I started to become more open, you know. And there's some places where I'm still like trying to work towards being more open with myself, like especially on stage, because I'm very like, I don't know what I'm doing, you know. But, you know, being around people or even being by myself, I'm more open and willing to talk. Like, if you said I was going to be doing this, I'd be like, I don't know.
Meaning, like, if you said that you're going to be on a podcast, you want to be a part of the podcast before, you'd have been like, heck no.
Heck no.
No, thank you.
I don't notice people. I don't want to be around them.
That's awesome, man. That's super cool. So, I mean, really, that highlights the fact that friends, family, things like that, it's not that their influence doesn't always have to equal bad influence. They could be influencing you in good. But the most important thing to understand is, right, for anybody, is that allowing someone to influence you apart from God's word and what he says about you, it's going to take you down a road that you probably don't want to go down. And it's going to end up in some type of frustration, heartache, may create some bad problems for you, right? Would y'all agree with that?
Yeah, it's making me think of, I was going to look it up, but it's the quote or the statistic that you become the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time around.
Show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yep. Right, and if you're like, because if you're spending time with, because it's this balance. It's so hard, I think, sometimes as Christians, because we're called to go and share the gospel. And so we have to be able to go and talk to people that don't know Jesus and spend time with people that don't know Jesus to be able to build a relationship with them. But if that's all we're doing and they're not being converted to Christ, then they're going to stay in their ways and we're going to conform to them.
Yeah.
So it is important to make sure like our closest circle is following what we follow as well.
That's good.
Yeah.
It ties in, Andre, what you're talking about. Like, for somebody to go through the Gospels and see like the life of Jesus, and what you'll see in the life of Jesus is that he did influence the people around him. First and foremost, he was fully God and fully human, right? So he had that going for him. But that he took his disciples, and those disciples spent most of their time with him. And so they're gaining a lot of their wisdom and knowledge from him, which enabled them when he said, look, I'm going to pair you up twos, and you're going to go out and you're going to do X, Y, and Z, right? So when they did that, their influence, their strongest influence was coming from their group, from Jesus, which enabled them to go out and be an influence to other people. And I think that's why sometimes people get like confused. Like, they want to hang out with people that aren't good influences more so than what they would do hanging out with people who do influence them in a good way. All right? Cool. Abigail, did you have anything to add to that in regards to like what advice you would to give to someone that would want to change their influence or think about how to be influenced by who God created them to be?
To be teachable. Just knowing, like, from what you and Mom have taught me, to just always be teachable, even though you know, like, what to do. Mm-hmm. But there's always room to grow to where you can have more influences into having a better life and knowing who you are through God.
That's good. Being teachable. The Bible does say he gives grace to the humble, right? But he opposes the proud. And so that's cool. No, absolutely. That's really cool. So you guys, knowing that influence is such a big part in your life, like as we kind of wrap this up, what advice would you give to somebody maybe that's out there going like, I want to make that change? Like, I see that the people that I'm hanging out with, or, you know, maybe even, again, let's go back to family for a second, because everybody comes from a different family situation. Your family situation could look very different from the next person. So what is some advice that you would give to someone to begin to change that influence, that big influence in your life?
Like a big bad influence, or like?
it could be a big bad influence, but maybe just some things that you're noticing, like, dang, like I don't like that. I don't want to be that way. Or maybe that they're even sensing like I have a really negative self-image of myself, and it's because of the social media that I'm watching, and all these people look like they're all cut up and ripped, or they look nice, got a lot of followers, and so I want to do that. Somebody that's kind of in that world, but they're still feeling that emptiness. Like, what advice would you give them to kind of help guide them to a healthier view of themselves?
Give Jesus a chance. I mean, I would pray for strength, like, especially like with social media. If you're addicted to it, be like, Lord, like, give me strength to maybe delete this or remove myself from this situation, because He will. He wants what's best for you, and I mean, He's delivered me from so many things. So I feel like just prayer, it would be my main piece of advice.
Nice, very cool. What about anybody else? Got something to speak into that?
Maybe same thing with prayer. Pray to have like the people that are bad in your life taken out, and bring good people in.
Like assassinated?
Yeah, let's say take it out.
Just take
We're
it
talking
out.
about KD, right? Is that what we're? Anyway.
Just like out of your life, I guess.
Gotcha. No, I got you. Like removing those influences. Yeah. What about this? Do you feel like there's times where God's like, hey, hello, you have the power to remove those people from your life by not being with them? Do you feel like there's ever cases like that?
Yeah, maybe just by like not hanging out with them and stuff if they ask.
Gotcha. Yeah. Cool.
Like, being true to yourself. Like, yes, it's about having certain influences and being around them, but being true to yourself is also very important, because you're not like stuck with yourself, but like, how do I word this? It's like you can't change your looks, say if you hate the way your nose looks. You can't change that, so you have to learn how to love it. And because God made you for a reason, and to realize that you're on this earth for a reason, and you just haven't gotten here yet.
It's good. Very, very, very wise.
I would say, adding into that, one of the verses I think is don't worry about how you look, what you wear, or what you do. As long as you know that you're right with God in the moment, then you're fine. That's something I have to look at myself, especially throughout the years. It's like, you know what, I'm this way. God made me this way, and people love me this way, and some people don't like me this way. And as long as I know that I'm right with God, then I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm in the good books.
Yeah.
It's that Matthew 6, if he dresses the lilies, beauty and splendor, how much more will he clothe you?
Right. Yeah. God's got this, right? But I think here's a question, and we'll end with this because I know we're probably
right on the dot 1 hour.
Okay, cool.
And we have a bit of pre-roll.
Okay. So what about people who don't know who God is? Like, straight up, like if somebody, say one of your friends has a friend or an acquaintance, somehow they got a hold of this podcast and they were listening to it. Like, what about those people who don't know God? Like, what would be something that you would maybe share with them or talk to them about? Maybe they're going through a tough time. Maybe they do battle self-image issues, whatever it is. What is something that you would share with them not knowing who God is? Like,
well, most of the time when they're people that do those things, they're doing it because they're trying to fill an empty hole in their life, and the empty hole is for Jesus. So for most people, if they accept Jesus and start putting Him first in their life, all these other desires will go away, and their life will become better.
Yeah. Okay. So those people who are feeling that way, like there's something deeper.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah,
I
like
like
you were made to have a relationship with God. That's why you have that hole in your heart. And nothing else is gonna fill it. So just saying what he said, you need Jesus not only to live eternally, but to live the life you were meant to live now. I feel like, because a lot of people search for purpose, especially nowadays, with social media and all that, and they're not finding it. And you can just be like, hey, I have a guy that can tell you all about your purpose, your whole plan. And then, like, I feel like that takes so much stress off someone as well. So yeah, just saying you have a purpose and it's within Christ. Like, I can help, like, show you that, like, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else?
And kind of bring them into, community, Like, that's something that I've heard from a lot of people who don't believe in God. Is like, I have a void and I don't know how to fill it, And that's why I say come to church, because there's community there, and even if you don't agree with everything, you're still going to find people that are going to care for you and love you, and then we can talk about God, Because you can't just be like, oh, God loves you, have a great day. You want to...
It sounded like Free Guy. He's like, have a great day.
Have a great day. But, you want to find community, and I feel like a lot of times, a lot of people just, like, want to shove God straight down their throats, and it's not the right way. And, like, even if, like, for a person that wouldn't believe God, it's like coming to church is like, God, 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 God. They're like, well, I don't believe you. I don't believe in this. You wanna find people who have that community, and you want to be in that community, and then let's talk about God.
Yeah.
Yeah, like with community, when most people, they feel kind of closed off to Christianity because most people always try to share with them. But what Jesus didn't do that. He first showed them love and showed them miracles and stuff. And after that's what made them believe, and then they felt more open to accepting.
Yeah. So like those interactions that he had with people who were considered sinners and scum, right? By the Pharisees, Sadducees, or religious leaders, they were always like against him because he was associated with these people. But he associated with those people because he was meeting them where they were at. But he also did not allow them to continue on in the lifestyle that they were living, because he was able to speak into who they truly were and open their eyes to the truth of who God truly was, and true love and things like that. So yeah, I think that's really cool. Abigail, you have anything to add to that?
It's important to be a light to others.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just tell them about God and just leave them to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a light to guide them through the darkness and through, like, the narrow path where the only true love you can have is with God.
Yeah. So really, so you're saying, like, it's not just about our words, but really how we're living our life.
A role model.
Nice. Very cool. Well, I had another little thing here, but we're running long, and so we want people to not fall asleep. And so, but it's been a super cool conversation with you guys, and really, we really do appreciate you guys hanging out with us. So kudos to you guys. Yay! So we want to do more of this. We want to be able to include students in the conversation, because we most certainly did not start this podcast because we thought we were cool. I know that's not the case. I don't care. But we really want to have more conversations, because the reality is that you guys are leaders of today. We don't think that you're just leaders of tomorrow. We truly do believe that you're leaders of today, and you have that influence because of God living in you to influence those around you, whether you're in public school, private school, home school, whatever circle that you're in. And so we're super excited to see what God does in and through your life. And any closing remarks, Chris, DJ?
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, this will air what?
Yeah, this will be a week after, probably.
So we hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
Merry Christmas.
I still,
Yeah,
Merry
by the
Christmas.
time this is out, it's officially Christmas music time, officially, according to Randy.
No, you gotta listen to it now. That's what I've been doing. You gotta get a head start on everyone else.
he's
That's
one of them.
that's sacrilege. Sorry,
He's
can't
one of
get
them.
behind that. All right,
Mariah Carey's on her way.
she is on her way.
Defrosting.
By the time this
People
pod
said
comes
she was
out,
frosting after Halloween. I was like, no,
Do you guys listen to Christmas music after Christmas?
after Christmas,
Yeah, like the day
a
after.
few days max. I don't
Yeah.
really like.
Like the 28th or 9th, maybe
Yeah.
at
It
max.
gets caught up right
It feels
at
weird
Christmas.
on like New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Like by that time.
yeah, I can't get down with that.
Yeah.
That's why I don't listen to it before Thanksgiving, because by the time Christmas gets here,
already sick of it.
I'm already done. Like, I can only listen to Bieber sing a Christmas song.
beautiful time of the year.
Yeah. So anyway, all right.
Then you get those really bad ones, like the one about the shoes, but it's like
The one about the shoes.
I bought my mom a pair of shoes, but she died.
Oh, wait, is it like a country type?
No.
What song is this?
Christmas shoes?
what's
Is it
the
called
song?
Christmas shoes?
Oh, sir, I want to buy these shoes.
I know exactly
Oh,
what you're talking about. I know exactly.
Is
what
it a
you're
Bieber song?
No?
No, it's not.
Who sings it?
I don't know. Some
I'm almost positive it's some country artist that sings the song.
I know what you're talking about
these
now.
shoes are just her style.
What's funny is the Christmas songs that are Christmas songs that were not supposed to be Christmas songs. So like Wham, right? Last Christmas was not.
That's Wham.
Yeah,
You know
Wham.
that was
Oh.
Wham?
No,
Bro.
why would I know that?
Oh, right. It's like
So-
so iconic.
So
Like, who's Wham?
it was not supposed to be a Christmas song, but it had Christmas in it because that's when the whole breakup happened and stuff like that, right? So yeah,
So I've been listening to a non-Christian Christmas song this whole time.
absolutely,
You're
100.
telling me
percent
that I've been ruining my only Christmas song streak?
Yeah, absolutely. It just like Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
It is.
It is not a Christmas
I
movie.
will agree. I will agree that it is a Christmas movie. It is set in Christmas. It's a Christmas movie.
Falsehood.
I will die on this hill.
Falsehood.
Hey,
I will
got
I will
on the
die on
set.
this hill. Not true.
Hey, it's not me this time.
Dude, I'm telling you. There's so many things that like are made Christmas movies or Christmas songs that like they were never intended to be that. And Die Hard most certainly is one of
It's
those.
a Christmas movie. It is. I've seen it. It's a Christmas movie. There's
I've
snow.
seen it.
There's snow. It's a Christmas music.
Listen,
Oh my gosh.
okay,
No,
that's
no,
a
no,
stretch.
You're taking it too far, Evan.
If there's snow, it's a Christmas music.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
So before we close this out, since we're having this conversation, right? So Christmas movies, favorite Christmas movie.
Oh no.
Christmas movie.
Like
The Christmas Story?
The Christmas
like
Story.
with Ralphie, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out. Okay. All right.
That was gonna be up there for me, but only for like data collection purposes. Like
Data
it's
collection
so
purposes.
bad. It's just like all the acting is so bad. All
Agreed.
the audio is bad. The plot is bad. It's
Oh,
just-
I mean, agreed.
it's
Agreed.
bad, and
but it's just iconic.
It's just literally just like, so this is how it was, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's either Home Alone or the Santa Claus.
Oh, dude, the whole Santa Claus series.
Yeah,
man.
I really like. I actually like the second Santa Claus maybe better when it's like the Robo Santa Claus. That one's
I think that's one of my least favorite.
dude, it's so
Santa Claus
goofy.
2?
Yeah, it's so goofy, and like the reindeer, they have the one derpy reindeer. Yeah,
Derpy reindeer.
it is.
I think number three is probably my favorite, except for number one, obviously, because it's just the original.
Yeah,
but like
it's good.
three is I like number three because Jack Frost, like his character is just hilarious. So, what about you guys?
Probably Home Alone or Elf.
Elf.
That's
Yes,
a good one.
Elf is a classic.
Home Alone.
Do you have a hot take on Elf?
I haven't seen much of it, but I'm not a huge Will Ferrell fan.
You got to watch
I don't
out.
think he's good.
I feel like we have to have a watch party.
Yeah. Like I've heard that part like a million times, and I'm like, what's funny about that?
Have you seen the animatronics in like Lowe's where they're like screaming at you, the elf animatronics?
No.
What?
It is hilarious and it's so bad.
That sounds funnier to me.
It's just exactly what he said. It just goes, I'm sitting in a store and then he just screams randomly at you.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It should be a horror. It should be for Halloween, not for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, that reminds me, how you blended those their genres. Nightmare Before Christmas is I bought a Nightmare Before Christmas sweater, never having seen the movie.
What?
Nightmare
And,
Before Christmas, man.
I feel like I need to see it now.
Yeah, dude, you should.
Because if I'm gonna like a Christmas movie, it's probably gonna be the spooky one.
It's not really spooky, it's
No,
just, but it's super creative.
I hate horror movies. I just mean like the spooky, like dark vibe. I was like, okay, well, I'm here for that,
Gotcha.
despite my Kirby sweater.
All right. Allie? What?
Oh, definitely like Home Alone, Elf. I also like National Lampoon's Christmas.
Nice.
So funny.
That's a
Classic.
good one.
Classic.
We have like the blow up of the car with the Christmas tree.
Nice. The station wagon with the
Yeah.
tree on top. Very nice. The classic scene where they're emptying the poo tanks out of the
the RV.
The RV
Yeah.
in the street. Have you not seen that?
Sorry,
Oh man.
this is the thing.
We're gonna start a
Well,
Twitch stream.
hey, I will say this disclaimer: like when you're watching it on like Amazon and it's like not been edited for TV, there's some pretty raunchy parts in that.
Yeah.
And so like for me to promote it as one of the best Christmas movies ever, I cannot do so. But there are some very good classic moments that I love. What about you, Abigail? Abby,
I already said them.
Yeah, sure.
did you? What'd you say?
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story. That's right. Okay, cool.
We got two people here that haven't talked or shown their faces.
Favorite Christmas movies or movie?
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. The whole series?
No.
Just
First
number one?
is like really fire. The rest are like you should have stopped after.
All right, fair.
Home Alone's. The
Home
one
Alone.
and two.
Yep.
Not
Yeah.
anything else.
all
No,
the-
no,
those
the
aren't
second
real.
Nothing in it.
Yeah.
They just
You have to have
feel
what's
bad.
McCulkin?
McCulkin.
McCulkin? I don't know.
Macaulay.
Macaulay Culkin?
McAllister.
But yeah, something.
I don't even know.
Kevin
the differences
McAllister.
from the
Yeah,
Home
that's his
Alones.
character name.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know the differences from the Home Alones. I just watch them.
Okay. So you watch all of them?
I mean, I've seen all of them, but I just
How many have you seen?
don't know the difference.
Because there's like 6.
Is there really?
No way.
Yeah, there's
at
a
least,
lot.
There's
There
at
is a
least
lot, but I
4 or
don't know.
5.
There's no way. You just can't.
Home Alone 1 is the best Home Alone. The rest, not that good.
The second,
The second
one's
one's
Two
good.
is good too.
The second one's good.
Dude, I will say there's a more modern Christmas movie they did like with Netflix, and it was called oh shoot, it's got Key and Pill. What is Michael Keegan?
Yeah.
Keegan.
I don't know what movie you're talking
There
about.
is
though.
Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah, that dude. He's in it. Gosh, what is it? It's got Forrest Whitaker in it. It's like a musical type. What is it? Oh, this is gonna drive me nuts.
You know what answer I'm surprised we didn't hear? I was terrified of this movie when I was little though. Was The Grinch. I'm surprised no one said The Grinch.
Dude, that's a classic. I don't even
That's
know why I
what
didn't
I'm
think
saying.
about
I
that.
like-
That's a classic. And I do like the Jim Carrey version. Like,
Yeah.
that's my favorite.
I was terrified of that Grinch though when I was little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the original Grinch, but I've seen the live action. That's the only Grinch I've seen.
I was about to say the Grinch for like one of the worst because it's so hard to like pay attention to.
Oof.
It's like
Jingle
not that
Jangle. Jingle Jangle on
Yeah,
Netflix.
I've never seen it.
That's a good one, man. That's a real good one. That's a tearjerker.
I feel like there's not enough new Christmas stuff. I feel like all the Christmas stuff has become so classic that like if you watch anything else or listen to anything else, like it's
Yeah.
not- like there's no new Christmas music. It's all old.
Yep.
Yeah.
People love nostalgia, man.
People love nostalgia, and that is the end of this podcast.
It is.
Deuces, gooses.
Thanks, y'all.